I'm going to put the daisy here. I just want you to have a look and see if you can see what is going on in the middle of that yellow bit.
Let's meet today's guest, Adele Nozedar. Ta-da! Now, I've got to be honest here as well. I bought Adele's book in I think it was 2012.
It probably would be,
Yeah.
Quite a while ago now.
A little, just a hop, skip and a jump.
It's well used, isn't it?
She's seen the stains on it, the tea stains. But it's the Hedgerow Handbook, and today we're going to be talking to Adele because she's an amazing forager and author. And before we get into things, do you want to just give people an overview of the sort of things that you do, sort of books you've created,
I do all
the workshops
kinds of things,
you've done?
Basically, it's like where do you start? It's like,
I know.
It's not foraging, isn't just foraging. You know, there's so many things to do with it. So I ended up writing books about foraging, about getting people outdoors, going foraging, getting people to do forest bathing. You know, you name it. I think that if I've been able to do all these things, then I don't know how this happened, to be quite honest.
Well, I think also your experience, and as you say, you pick up this knowledge as you go, but your passion, I think anybody who does something well is because they're passionate about it.
It's about the things that you love to do, and you want other people to feel that same sense of joy and purpose and loveliness and all that kind of stuff. And I think if we can do this in Wales, which is the most beautiful part of the world, I think, that not everyone knows about, that's more to the good, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so we may as well get into it straight away, and Adele's going to take me for a little foraging trip as well, so stay tuned for part 2 on that, and I'm really looking forward to that. And you've already, I wouldn't say spiked me, but just give me what did you give me? What was the plant you gave me?
I couldn't possibly tell you at this moment.
You're waiting to see the effects, I see.
I looked at a little plant called milkmaids that are still here right now in Wales, and they are it's one of those plants that you put it in your mouth and nothing happens, and then you just chew it for a minute and you go, oh!
Yeah.
So I think with foraging there's always an aspect of, what am I going to try?
And I definitely had a little chew, and it was like anaesthetic to begin with, and then the heat just kicked in.
Yes.
But because I like spicy food,
that's okay.
I think it was more than okay. Yeah. And it was good for my cardiac. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Well, the botanical name is Cardamom pratensis.
Fantastic. You can look at that up at home and do your research and tell me what side effects I'll have. No, I'm only joking. This is what I love about this sort of foraging stuff, is the I won't even say unintended consequences, the benefits that you get without even realising that they're all around you.
Absolutely.
So, come on then, let's get straight into it. So, how does your work contribute to a more sustainable and prosperous Wales? And can you give me one real example of how that thinking has influenced a decision you've made?
This might be a bit convoluted. Big decision was moving to Wales in the first place, having gone to Wales only for the second time in my life.
Yeah.
And that was the best thing that I think has ever happened to me, really, because here I am.
Yeah.
All of it.
Here we are. Yeah. It's amazing, and as you say, the foraging. Were you foraging before you came to Wales?
Yeah, I was. I think as a kid, I think children forage all the time, especially if they have parents who don't really mind if their children are going to be stuffing things in their mouths that they shouldn't be. Yeah. Because I think most children do that.
Yes, they do. I guarantee they do.
And I think all we are doing, if we are foragers, is we are extrapolating what we used to do when we were children. And I think it's that same kind of curiosity that people who like foraging have within themselves.
And then the sustainable part and the prosperous part of Wales, that would probably be your workshops that you deliver?
Yeah. The workshops are really good fun. Anybody can come. I think people realise that they know much more than they realised. And I think just to see someone try something for the first time and have that kind of, oh wow, that's amazing, I never knew about that. I love it when that happens.
I think it's a safe pair of hands people need as well, you know, because
Yeah,
like my mum was
yeah.
like, don't eat that, don't put that in your mouth, don't do this. So I
Yeah.
don't put anything in my mouth. You know?
No, that's reasonable. You know, if you're a parent or whatever, and you don't want to,
but it kind
children
of
to be
gives
doing
that
that's
habit
fine.
for your life then.
Yeah,
And I think that undermines when you have someone like yourself who has that knowledge. It kind of
Yeah.
goes, here's the door, walk through it.
That's
These
it.
things are safe.
That's it. And I think any forager is going to not give people, you know, bad instruction or anything like that, because
Yeah.
that's not what we want to do. We want people to be happy and engaged,
Healthy.
and happy, all that.
Yeah, and you know, the second question is, what do you actually do? We've sort of already hit into that. Now is it helping Wales move to net zero or circular thinking? And maybe what you do is with the workshop. So a question is, do the workshops happen in an area? Is it all over Wales?
I've foraged all over the place.
Okay.
You would have no idea.
Any ancient places? Watch out, she's coming.
So I realised that you know if I'm on holiday in Italy, if I'm away in India, which I go sometimes, you've always got these plants. Some of them are very familiar, some of them are not. But there's always a question there, and I really like that because, I mean, with plants and trees and all that, this is all we are.
Yeah.
These beings are so much older than us, and I would also say that they're possibly a lot older than us too.
We should get you up to something like the Earth Eisteddfod, because that would be amazing. Like working with the kids, because I'd love you to come up, you know, come and have a chat with me after, because I'm with Avanti up in Anglesey for 9 days.
I'd love to do that. That would be absolutely amazing.
I think the whole part, if you think about forest schools, you know, the way kids are being taught now, it's evolving all the time. My daughter's had one for 4 years, and they are completely changing how they go. Sorry.
I think that's another thing that came out from lockdown is the forest schools.
Yes.
And they are, you know, I think children don't need to be sitting in chairs
to learn.
To learn. I think that it's much easier if kids are allowed to learn organically and without too many exams and things like that.
Well, even what blew my mind talking to the forest school leader, because I think if they're all first generation, so everyone's learning as well. Now they went out to Norway and saw what was done out there, but Norwegians have looked at what we're doing and going, actually, what you're doing is better than what we're doing now.
It's incredible what's happening.
And the raised beds they've got, so in Incombe Park, Park Primary School for the win. They got 4 raised beds. And they did all veg. This year she's going, okay, we want one for flowers, one for veg, and they're splitting them up into different types of categories. They're doing one for herbs. So it's just evolving. It's not one lesson. It's like 6 different lessons there for all different age groups. So they're constantly tailoring it and making it better and better again. And, you know, we say about net zero and circular thinking for yourself, you're connecting people to the natural landscape. Because I think we talk about post-COVID, you know, pre-COVID, we're all in our working environments, going to work, coming back, you know, that constant cycle of life, you know, where that COVID gave us that break and that gap, and that's where sustainability is sort of like put its foot through the door and go, ha-ha, you can see why I'm so good. My proof.
And I think the other thing about foraging is all foragers are doing is opening a door for people.
Yeah, it's already there, isn't it?
It's there already. It's there already. Just waiting.
And I think that's what I'm hoping that comes from the forager as well, or people learning how to forage, and that connection with nature, is to see how at risk it is and to see what responsibility we all have to protect it, and just going, oh, council do that, oh, NRW is responsible to do that. Actually, every patch of your area that you live in is your surroundings is your responsibility.
You could call it a sacred patch if you wanted to. If you wanted to make it really, really quite elaborate, you know, if I was a school teacher or something like that, I might want to play with something like that. What is sacred?
Yeah.
For example, you know, is everything? I think everything probably is.
I think, I don't know, maybe controversial. Everything native to the country is, because everything has a place. And I think if you can work
But it's the same thing.
I guess it is, yeah. See, I knew you could.
It's the same thing.
The experts here. Yeah, you're right. And for me, I've had an experiment with my back garden, terrace garden, nothing special about it. And I've gone, how can I make a micro meadow? So I've been trying to get a yellow rattle to take.
Yes.
It took 4 years.
Wow.
But I've had yellow rattle in the back garden now for 3 years.
Oh, that's amazing.
And the space is probably, I think it's 2 meters by 1.5 meters patch,
Yeah.
and the grass that was there's now all gone. It's all like plantain and all these other things coming through.
Right,
And what I'm
okay.
trying to teach people is, if people are like, oh, I hate having a garden, I put fake grass down because I don't have to mow it. Well, I'm
Yeah.
like, well, get some yellow rattle in your garden.
Yes.
You don't have to mow it.
It's just all done.
once a year.
Yeah.
Just once a year, just cut it all back. All you got to do is remove the grass away so the nitrogen doesn't go in, and what you get is a beautiful, natural bit of land. And it's tiny, it's micro, it's the patch is probably from here to you and as
Yeah.
wide as there to there. That's all it is.
You've managed to do that.
Yeah.
You've managed to
It
do
took a
that,
few,
and you've taken
attempts.
quite some time to do that as well, because it doesn't always work.
No, and it takes time to get it established.
Yeah.
You know, it does. And I've picked like
That's
daffs
really
in there,
impressive.
tulips in there,
That's
chive.
really impressive.
You have to
Yeah.
come and see it.
I'd
If you're
love
down in the
to.
Rhondda, you have to
I'd
give me a
love
shout. You have to
to.
come down. I'd love it because I've got rosemary in there. There's
Yeah.
lavenders. There's fennel.
Yeah.
You know, all the classic
Yeah.
like cottage garden
Where do
sort
you
of
get
stuff.
time to do all this?
I don't.
You don't?
I'm always.
just make it happen.
I'm always running. I'm always running. What challenges have you faced, and how do those challenges affect the next generation coming through in Wales?
What challenges have I faced? That's a really tricky one, because
Yeah.
I don't really see things as being challenging.
Good. No, that's a good answer.
It's really difficult, because I think that if you find that where you are is a good place, then that's not necessarily challenging. I think sometimes what can be challenging is bureaucracy. So I try and not work with anyone who is particularly bureaucratic.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather not.
Slow down or stop. How can I say? Deviate from how you work or how you progress.
In terms of what we're talking about, I can't see that I've been challenged in a way that is going to threaten what I'm doing.
And you don't just to ask the question is with the foraging. I guess anybody who signs up to foraging, they signed up. So they're not coming with a how can I say, a challenge to what you do, because they either paid to come or they've been time aside to attend.
Yeah, I think so. And I think the people that want to come and find out what foraging is all about are going to be people that are curious.
Yeah.
And want to learn.
And I guess the books, all they do is open more doors. They don't actually close any, and they don't sort of put
close
anybody
the
off,
doors.
because you just
Yeah,
go in, okay,
I would hope so. I mean, it's a difficult question, because I can't really see
a challenge.
anything that's particularly challenging in a way that I wouldn't be able to get over it.
No, that's perfect. No, but
Does that make sense?
That does make total sense.
Yeah.
And it's your view on life, isn't it, as well? It's how you go through it. Like, I'm going through something myself right now where I always see challenge. You know, I
Right.
always see a challenge, because I'm always like GreenWales. I'm trying to make it work. I'm trying to do this. I'm quite impatient as a
You
person.
have
Like,
to
come
push as
on,
well, don't you?
and you have to push
Yeah.
so hard, and there's a challenge.
But that is a challenge, but it's a challenge that you have decided
Yes,
to do.
and that's my realization I'm having at the moment.
That's the thing. So that's your challenge that you want to do specifically. If somebody else is telling you that you ought to be doing this particular challenge, then that's not quite the same kind of impetus.
And that's the realization I came to last week, because
Right.
I had about 5 work streams all happen at the same time, because that's how self-employed
Right.
work happens.
Yes.
And I was like, I've got
Yeah.
no
How am I
evenings,
gonna
my
do all
weekends
these?
have gone. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my God, how am I going to do this? And I just got on with it, because
Yeah.
I realized, I was like, well, I've asked for this.
And all the
I
time
want
you're
the
kind of-
opportunity.
and all the time you're thinking, how am I going to do it? You just need to do it.
Just need to get on with it.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing. So I'm getting up at 5 in
Yeah.
the morning, I'm working till 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
But I feel lucky at the same time. It is exhausting.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm with, a 2-year-old and an 8-year-old,
Yeah.
and a more ambitious wife.
But don't you think that 2-year-olds and 8-year-olds are the people that actually put you in this situation in the first place to make you excel? Because you can't,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you know that you're not going to have any sleep for
Yeah.
the rest of your life.
It's
But that's
so
okay,
right.
because you get used to it.
No, you're bang on. But also it's the fact that I want to do well for them. I want to create them a
Absolutely.
future. So it kind of gives me,
Yes.
and while they're not in clubs and stuff, and I
Yeah.
can have time to do work.
So this is a major part of what you're doing, is you want your children to thrive.
Yeah. And hopefully by doing what I do, it'll be, and you know, my wife, she's hopefully making our kids entrepreneurial, and then I'm
Yes.
making them sustainable. So
Brilliant.
that's what we're trying to do.
That's
So the question was for
absolutely
me, not for you, by the looks of
That's
it.
good
So-
though, you know.
I've had some counselling. This has been great. No, no, that's perfect.
Mates rates.
Thank, thank you. I've got a little gift in my pocket for you somewhere. Have I still got it? I do. There we are. I'll pay you off in a bit now. So this is a nice one as well. Is where do you see opportunities for collaboration across Wales?
I would love to be able to collaborate with more people around Wales and just anywhere else. Foraging tends to be a fairly, not lonely, but you know, when I'm leading, and that's that.
Yes.
And I don't really end up leading with other people. But there are some initiatives happening now in that there's a group of foragers who are putting together a foraging kind of
Like a hub.
workshops and things like that, and a bit of a hub. So that's happening. That's going to be really good. And I think part of that is happening up in the west of Wales.
Great.
So that's an interesting thing that's happening. We've also got things like the Abergavenny food festivals, for
Yes,
example,
you were
stuff
mentioning
like
that.
that, all those kind of things. And also Gaz Oakley is, you know, massive, really good ambassador for Wales.
Amazing.
And he's just opened a beautiful bespoke little shop. So there's lots of, you know, when you start looking at it, we're seeing so many beautiful things happening here and there.
It's connecting them all together, and
It's-
that's
yeah,
why GreenWales
that's
is
right.
here, you know, because I'll come and see you today.
Yeah.
You've just told me about Gaz Oakley. Right, I'm going to go find Gaz Oakley.
Yes.
And the whole point, because again, when you got micro economy in Wales, so it could be
Yeah.
a zero employer, like
Yes.
you employ yourself, you're
Yes.
self-employed, you go,
Yeah.
a lot of us in Wales are that. I think it's 70% of Wales is a zero employed person, so it's like they are their own business.
That's
85% is micro.
That's really interesting, because if you put all these people together, what's that going to look like?
That's what I'm trying to do. That's what my aim is with GreenWales, is to create collaboration across.
But what you don't want is the bureaucracy of it.
Exactly. But what I'm trying to do is connect all these companies together and all these little firms together. They create little hubs. Could be
Yeah.
community. Could
Yeah.
be, I know Chris at Coffee of Flowers. He's like tackling the floristry industry in Tonrevel,
Right.
growing his own flowers. He
Amazing.
had somebody come through with his like mental health sort of side of things.
Yeah.
They've created their own flower business now, so he
Yeah.
encouraged that.
Yeah.
And what he's doing now, I think between 5 and 8 different businesses are going to get together and create a hub, so they can actually supply florists.
Yes.
So you'll get a hub like that. But then what
Yeah.
I'm hoping will happen, which is maybe my idea for you for collaboration as well, is you have your foraging, you
Yeah.
collaborate with someone else who adds something else to it. Like you have a cook at the end who does the cooking.
Yeah, I
Or-
did used to do things like that, but it became very, 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 very heavy.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, it was.
It's a lot on one person as well, isn't it? You
yeah.
know, where if you collaborate
Yeah.
with like a local chef, and
Yes.
you set up, mate, you do that. You got
Yeah.
someone doing a talk about
Yeah.
conservation, like a local
Yeah.
nature partnership.
Yeah.
Maybe you have Keep Us Tidy coming in, and they
Yeah.
get it, and everyone works sort of together to feed each
Yes,
other's
that's it,
projects.
isn't it?
Or we're the first fair trade nation in the world.
People need to know this, though, and it's like you can shout this out in Wales, but
Yeah.
we need to be shouting it out elsewhere, don't we?
Yeah, and you know sometimes.
So, see what you can do.
And I think
Yeah.
that's it. And the difficulty I think some companies have doing that is when you try to, because we always want to put Welsh into everything,
Yeah.
but that limits how far it gets out there then, because there's not many people who speak Welsh. And that's what we're seeing is when people do
Yeah.
bilingual content, it kind of cuts off how far it can actually get out there, because it just, the algorithms probably
Yeah.
don't support it.
You know, there's a lady in who lives in Wales, but she works with the guys in Glanwsk Estate.
Yeah, yeah.
But she lives in Godalming.
Okay.
And she does a thing every year for Wales, but she does it in Godalming.
Oh my God.
And she gets all Welsh stuff
Isms.
and brings it to that area,
And I think it's
which
important.
is where she lives also.
Yeah.
And when she started doing it, it was like, what? You're doing what?
Yeah, what are you doing?
But she said, well, it's quite a wealthy area and they're going to buy stuff and they may even come to Wales, just, you know, amazing woman.
I think in Wales we're in quite a unique situation where we've touched on how many businesses are micro and zero employer. That gives us the opportunity to decide our own fate to a certain extent.
You can be fleet of foot when you're in an environment like that, like
Yeah.
you know you are or I am.
Yeah, yeah, and
So
I
you can do more bonkers things as well because nobody's watching you.
I agree. I agree. And I got friends who live in like Epsom
Yeah.
and they're just so caught up in what they have to do in order to achieve, you know, the bare
Yeah.
minimum. Like, I love them to bits. I think they're fantastic people, but I feel for them because they're in the rat trap to a certain extent.
But again, we're coming back to different kinds of people and the kind of people that will do anything they can to kind of swerve the rat trap. That's certainly what I've done.
I didn't realise it was me until...
No,
yeah.
it's not just you. But I think it's something that you don't even realise until you realise that there is such a thing as a rat trap.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, whoa, hang on.
And it's because you don't need to live a certain way, isn't it? You can kind of live. And again, I think with sustainability and a natural life, as in like a connection to nature, whether that's just walking in a forest and sitting down and having a picnic, whether that's having, I got a Merlin bird app, I love it, you know, and just
great,
capturing the birds, you know, I'm just like the connection to nature. And I
Yes.
think my kids have really helped
Yeah.
me do that because I'm seeing the importance for them.
Yeah, and I think especially with children, they need to know that money is actually, it's a useful thing, but it's not the most important thing. It's really, really not.
And I think having no debt is, or as
Yes.
little debt as you physically
Yeah.
possibly can, gives you
Absolutely.
the freedom in life to be
Yeah.
able to make decisions for yourself.
That's
So
it.
instead of
So
having a
that's-
nice car or
so-
the big house,
So that's what you want for your children, isn't it? You
Yeah.
want them to have all the things that they need to have, you know, but not too much.
and not too reliant on the man.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so last serious question, and none of them are
Okay.
too serious, so don't
Okay.
panic. So, don't worry. So when you think 20 years ahead,
Yeah.
what does a thriving Welsh economy look like, and how will young people feel the impact of the decisions being made today?
What is really, really, really crucial is for young people to have homes that are
Yeah,
live-inable
yeah,
and not expensive. We really need housing for people. You know, if we're going to bring people to Wales also to see the beauties of it that we can, it's crucial that people can actually live properly and be able to feed their kids and all the things that they need to do. But we can't keep on just looking at economies and scaling and all that. We've got to stop trying to upscale everything the whole time and just go, what do we actually need?
and if you look at schools, you know, the way that, because my children are in schools right now, and how many have conglomerated, how many have shut down, because you haven't got the birth rate. So that, you know, you can try and be as growth focused as possible, but the way that we live is not happening that way, because naturally we're all going, well, I'm not going to have kids, because if I can't have a house, then I
Yeah.
can't set up a stable life. So
This
that
is
whole
not just-
vision
yeah,
is
this
not
isn't-
happening
this
in
is
that
not-
way.
This is not just Wales either.
No.
You know, it's the rest of the UK, and it,
Yeah.
you know, we need to also say, do we really need to have, you know, a house for life? Can't we have, you know, rental? You know, can't we do what they do in France and Italy and other places? After the First World War, it was declared that every person that needed an allotment could have an allotment, and you know
Yes. Yes.
that's still extant right now.
Where I don't know what it's like around here, but where I live, there's probably four allotments within
There's some really good allotments in Brecon.
and I think it's in England and like London areas. There's like 4 or 5 year waiting lists.
Yeah.
Because again, COVID
Yeah.
and the benefits of that
Yeah,
brought along.
that's
Right.
right.
So here we are. Thank you. The last question,
Yeah.
and this is my favourite one, is because I'm really interested in what people are going to say, is who else in Wales
Yeah.
is doing brilliant sustainability work that deserves to be showcased, and why? And you can think of people, a company, a project.
I think that Gaz Oakley is doing some really great work because he's got a plot of land and he's showing people how to make delicious food.
That sounds
for
fantastic.
very, very little money.
Where is he?
Where is he?
Yeah.
He's in Monmouthshire.
Okay, great.
That's where he is.
I'll try and plan to go and see. I'm going to see the Grange project.
Don't know.
It's a conservation thing where they've
Okay.
turning, I think it's 70 acres of farmland into a complete conservation place in Monmouth.
Okay, that
So I might do that at the
also
same
sounds
time.
amazing. And I think with Gaz, it's him and his girlfriend stroke wife has just had a baby, and his new book is going to be amazing. The book that I first picked up in Waterstones is amazing, and he's here and he's in Wales and he's doing amazing things.
Gaz, I'm going to come and find you. Please say yes. And thank you. So before I give you your gift for coming on, so thank you for that. Just to keep the suspension.
What's the present?
Yeah. Release the doves. No, don't release the doves.
No.
So what have you got in your basket there?
What I've got in my
What have you got in your basket?
So
yeah.
You can't have this.
No,
I'm really sorry.
It's not a gift.
The only one I've
it's
got.
not a gift for me.
So it's my new book, which is called Foraging for Healing Herbs.
Got to show the camera, and then maybe do you want to walk towards the camera and
Okay.
like really show it? There you go. And then come back. So when is it going to be released?
Where are we now? We're in April. It's like early May, very, very early May.
And what is it about? Tell us a little bit about it.
So the impetus came from when I had some time to think about life. You know, when you do these times.
Yeah.
So I started looking into how people were. So if I just read you a tiny little bit. So hi, I'm Adele. I'm a forager, and this is a book about foraging and plants. However, this is not your usual plant ID book, although there'll be lots of this kind of thing. I might even suggest that this is not like any other foraging book you have ever known.
I'm in.
The best way to describe this book is to regard it as a sort of quest in which we embark on an epic journey to find the plants that can heal us, soothe us, make us whole and happy in our lives. The quest with the help of these plants is to discover what good health really means.
Ooh.
Question. Do you sometimes feel that this world is becoming a faster one? Possibly too fast? You need this book.
Well, I think we already mentioned that in this interview, so I clearly need the book.
So it's very, very clear.
And just to say that Adele has done more than one book, because I have this book at home, and this is the Hedgerow Handbook, Recipes, Remedies and Rituals.
I love it when it's all a bit kind of battered.
Do you like this?
Yes.
Yeah. Good, I'm glad. Don't be offended. And then, do you want to go through some of the other books you've done?
If you want me to.
Yeah, please, because this is the point. This is the whole point of GreenWales is to expose amazing people, amazing projects, and to hopefully drive people towards awesome answers. Because this has all got plants from in Wales, things that are happening in Wales.
Yeah, absolutely does. And every single book that I've written about plants has. I talk about Wales in them. So, you know, especially Llanfrynach, which is where I am right now.
It's an amazing place, by the way.
It's a very pretty place. We've got the Hedgerow Handbook.
Posh.
We've got the Garden Forager, which is can you eat your garden?
Okay.
And yes, you can.
Great. I'm glad. Don't need to read it anymore. No.
And then I wrote a book called Foraging with Kids, which has done really, really, really well, which took some doing actually, because there was always this idea that what if the children die because of, you know, what you're doing. But so it took me 5 years to get this book on the road, and it's like a proper big bestseller now, which is amazing. And then I wrote a book called The Tree Forager,
which is the one I'm like,
I love The Tree Forager. It's got all these bonkers things that you can do. And then the most recent book is
the one you've got there.
The one that I've got here.
And then if people wanted to get involved in some of your foraging workshops, how can they
contact me?
And how do they contact you?
Me. And there's so many ways of contacting.
The best way.
Email. I would say probably email is probably easiest, because then I know where things are coming in.
Can you say your email to the camera, and then it'll pop up underneath?
Nozedar@gmail.com or better, breckenbeaconsforaging@gmail.com.
I'll put up Brecon Beacons Forager.
That's just easier, because there's so many different ways of contacting people that I just need the one way, really.
Well, this is it. When you say there's so many ways, I'm like, no.
Yeah,
let's have one way.
It's too much. So I do regular foraging in all different kind of places.
And if someone wanted to see your amazing work, is there a website or a channel they can come and see your stuff? at all? Or are you more, you have to come and see and find out?
To be quite honest, I'm so bad at technical stuff that I
You've
try
got the
and
books.
keep it as easy. Well, what do you mean?
We've got the books in it. If people can't see it, they can read the book instead.
Yeah, of
There's
course
the
they
evidence
can.
right there.
Of course I can.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, let me do this as well. There it is. There it is. Right, okay. So my last thing is, everybody who comes on the show, we don't do a membership, because I probably say I don't like memberships, because it's like a thing. I don't even do newsletters.
No, me neither.
So what I do is something called a collective,
Right.
which is a group of trusted
Okay.
people who are actually delivering. That's all it is.
Okay,
So there's no
okay.
membership at all.
Great.
And then, so this is for you. This is the GreenWales badge. Little pin badge
wow.
for
Oh,
you,
that's
okay?
great.
So everybody gets one. And then
That
you
is
become part of the
fantastic.
collective now.
I love that.
And then what I do is every quarter I do something
Yeah.
called the collaboration station,
Right.
where I just email out everybody in the collective
Yeah.
for opportunities that they want and try and
I love that.
infuse people together.
That's such a
and
good
it's
idea.
all free and it's all there because the whole point of GreenWales is to connect and make Wales a better place for us all to live in. So welcome.
What a phenomenal person you are.
Oh God, first handshake on the show. Never had one. There we go. I love it.
So it's a bit clammy.
It's very soft. Moisturised? No, right. And the last thing we do, because we're where are we like right now? What is this literal location called? Is it a little forest or anything? Or
I'd probably not want to tell you where we are because I don't want everyone
Oh
to
yeah,
come.
yeah. Don't. I'm here. I'm a VIP. No, right. But it is absolutely
So we are
amazing.
in Llanfranach
And it's amazing.
in Wales.
And all the trees are outstanding. So the last thing.
It is beautiful.
And the
here.
sun is coming out, and I'm just,
Yes.
and there's lambs right there, and
Yeah.
it's just, right, okay, right. So the last thing we do, we
Lush.
just wave to camera when we say
Okay.
goodbye, okay? So
Okay.
1, 2, 3, bye!